So coming out of the holidays, a lot of us have spent a ton of money, and I know my wife and I agreed on 150 bucks each, roughly, for our gifts to each other. I went way over that. I spent way too much money. Um, Jen's big into saving money and future forward thinking, like our retirements. Like we both have retirements that work independently of each other as far as fiscally planning, but she's really the driving force in getting that started and getting it moving in the right direction and getting me to think more about my future and what we're going to do when we retire, because it's important. You know, you don't want to work your whole life to have to work until you die. Doesn't make sense, man. I want to work till I'm 50 or 60, whatever that magic age is, and then relax, retire, go do things, go traveling. And you can't do any of that if you don't plan out your future. So, that being said, one of the things we've done recently, which was really a lifesaver when we didn't even really know we needed it, is Jen found a financial advisor, and in conjunction with my brother-in-law, who's also a financial advisor, we're going to work with them both, actually. We, went over our budget, how much money we're spending every month, and really got a better understanding of how much money we make as a family, and realized we were wasting a ton of money. Like, it was insane. I don't have a huge house. I'm not rich. I don't make an exorbitant amount of money. I live comfortably, but I feel like we're not we weren't being as responsible as we could be with our purchases and the day-to-day things. If you take a look, if you eat lunch out and breakfast out every day like I used to do, it adds up pretty quick. I was spending like $7 in the morning at Dunkin' Donuts and like 10 or 12 bucks in the afternoon. Let's call that 20 bucks every day, 4 or 5 days a week. Adds up pretty quick. That's that's definitely more than I was spending on gas for my vehicle every week just to get to work. Cumulatively throughout the year, that's going to add up to a couple $1,000. And if you identify other areas in your life that you can save money in, you can really have a good impact on your future and ultimately live more comfortably and afford the things you want in life. Those very same things that might put you in debt more responsibly and not be stretched out by credit cards and loans and borrowing money. My goal in life now is much different than it was a few weeks ago, simply from talking to people that their sole job is financial planning. So if you find yourself in a spot where you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have an emergency fund, you have credit card debt coming out your ears, you're really just treading water, you should stop and take a look at your life and realize it can be better. You don't have to live month to month. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You don't have to worry about, what if I lose my job? You can be more prepared than that. And Jen and I are really looking to have like 6 months of financial security should I lose my job, should she lose her job right now. It's unfortunately kind of stereotypical in America these days for people to live paycheck to paycheck, or maybe like they can maybe go a month without income and then they're borrowing money or selling things. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be that person. I want to, God forbid I lose my job, I don't want to have to be scrambling for money. I'd like to be able to take my time and find the right job rather than scramble for any job just so I can keep on paying my bills. Not that I wouldn't go into like some crash mode. Like, obviously, if you lose your job, you start trimming things. For example, one of the things Jen and I have done, we had regular DirecTV, and it was like $170 a month. And I find if you do this in other areas of your life, you just stop and take a look at each bill and really analyze it. Not necessarily how much the bill is, but what are you getting out of it? So, for example, we looked at our TV bill, and we realized we only really watch like HBO and Showtime and movies. We don't really watch a lot of TV. So we were able to cancel the DirecTV. Actually, I think it was like $170 a month, and we got DirecTV Go. This is not a commercial for DirecTV by any chance, but we got the DirecTV Go or DirecTV Now, whatever it's called, and it's $35 a month and $5 extra for HBO. So we're saving like $130 a month right there. That's like 3 tanks of gas in my truck, almost 3 tanks of gas in my truck. So if you apply that to your other bills, even the things that you don't want to, you can't cancel. Like, for example, my cell phone. I live on my cell phone. I need my cell phone to do my job. Every year I call them and haggle a little bit for a better price. You'd be surprised what can come of a phone call where you say to them, hey, listen, I love your service. I need to cut costs. I can go to this other company. They'll give me a better bill, a better rate, and save some money. What can you do for me? And you'd be surprised. I would say like 7 out of 10 times they're going to do something for you, whether it be $5 or $10 a month. And yeah, that $5 or $10 a month might not be anything, to shake a stick at, but you do that across all your bills, and next thing you know, you're saving $50 a month. That's a tank of gas or a night out with your wife or husband to go get some dinner, and it's one less chunk of change that you have to account for. It can really make a difference if you do that across the board. Other things you can do. My pastor was actually talking to me about it. He was going to refinance his, I think he had a 30-year loan to a 15 or something like that, but the closing costs were exorbitant. He ended up just paying a little bit more money a month and had the same effect as he saved like $100 grand in interest over the course of the loan now. And it's took his 30-year loan and made it a 15-year loan without any extra closing costs rolled into it. So work so you can live, don't work so you can pay your bills. You know what I mean? I can definitely wholeheartedly say I was working so I could afford all the little things I wanted here and there, and I was spending money irresponsibly all over the place. That guy was tailgating me, like Frank Ray. And it gets old, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have the feeling like where you're anticipating your paycheck because you need it. Now, not that I was really in that spot, but it's a warning sign. When you get to that point where, if you missed one paycheck or you couldn't take a week off from work and be okay, you should really reevaluate your spending habits. And there's really good apps. You can use like Mint. I think it's mint.com, M-I-N-T. And there's another one that I'm going to use and I haven't used yet called YNAB. It's Y-N-A-B. It stands for You Need a Budget. It's not a commercial for either of them. I haven't used YNAB yet, but I've heard really good things about it, so I'm going to try that out. So I hope this message helps you a little bit. Thanks for stopping by and watching my channel, this video today. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If not, hit that thumbs down button. Shoot a comment down below. Let me know other things you want me to chat about. Don't hold back. Whatever it is, I don't care. I'll chat. And be sure to subscribe. Have a good one. Catch you later.